What's up, guys? Today is day 24 of the 30-day challenge. I didn't realize yesterday that it was day 23, which actually put me into the last week of this challenge. It might be a good point to actually start asking why. So why? That's a big question. And I promise to get back on that. Why are we friends? Some may ask. Why do I work here? Why do I do this challenge for 30 days straight? The answers do not come easy. And I did promise to get back on this topic a couple of days back when I saw this video with Simon Sinek. I'm not going to sit here pretend that I do have a master's degree in human behavior or psychology or anything like that, because I don't. And hint, Simon Sinek did do the interview for an hour and a half, I think, and also written several books on the topic. Instead, I'd like to try to sum it up in bite sizes. Those are easily digestible anyway. So number one point would be as way to look for your why. From a personal perspective, we could call it an origin story, where you have to look inside yourself. In a business relation, you would call it a founder's story. My first point is that finding your why, you have to look inside yourself. You have even to maybe look back in time, sort of figure out who has shaped you to become the way and the person that you are today. And now the million-dollar question as to linking back to the authenticity question that I talked about yesterday or the day before, is that what I say and what I do reflects who I am. But sometimes that doesn't really balance out. And then we might have to dig a little bit deeper. We sort of have to, be in balance with that as to finding our why. The second point that I want to draw your attention to really hits home with me, and that has to do with like versus love. Like is rational, and love is emotion. There is a big difference. Do you like your partner or do you love your partner? And the third point that I want to make is got to do with flow. When you have found your why, or where to look for it actually, is to figure out when you are in flow. It's this state of mind where nothing really seems like work, where place and time just dissolves and you just feel at ease, peaceful even. And here's a little bit of surprise. Here's a little bit of a bonus tip, because I couldn't almost believe that the timing in this incident. I just finished the interview on YouTube with Simon Sinek, and I was driving to work and I was just finishing up like the last 15 minutes of my audiobook with Atomic Habits. And in the conclusion, James Clear makes this reference. And I want to read it out loud to you because I want to get it straight. And also so you know that I'm just not, coming up with this thing. It's not me. It was actually in this book. So he quotes the German philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche. And listen to this. With a big enough why, you can overcome any how. Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher and poet, famously wrote, "He who has a why to live for can bear almost any how." This phrase harbors an important truth about human behavior. If your motivation and desire are great enough, that's your why, you will act. You will take action even when it gets quite difficult. So let's think about that when we do this 30-day challenge, when we show up here every day. There is something in there that makes us act even though it is difficult. And I just want to end this by saying that finding your why is not something you do just in a lunch break. It actually takes time. So don't, get frustrated and stressed out that you can't really come up with the why or even explain it, because it takes time and you have to go maybe through iterations, finding the right words, and just try it on and see how it works. I would love for you to maybe just spill a little bit of your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what your why is and where you would look for it. I hope to see you back tomorrow. And take care. And now the million-dollar question is, instead I'd like to try So number 1 point, my first point